Good morning. This is Roger Thunder, the Desert Shaman. Well, in my last video, I said I was going to talk about things that you can do to raise your frequency and some techniques that will help you overall gain a higher level of energy and at the same time raise your frequency and replenish your body with energy, prana, chi. Now, prana and chi is the energy from the universe. There's oxygen when you breathe, and then there's prana and chi. So I'm going to teach you how to do some breathing today. That will be the first step on your journey to raising your consciousness. So in order to do that, we're going to start off by talking about abdominal breathing. What is abdominal breathing? Well, breathing into your abdomen, obviously. You have chest breathing, okay, where sometimes people get excited and they breathe up here into their chest, and it's like they think that that's really breathing, that's really full breathing, when in reality the real full breathing or the yogi or the yogic breathing is down here in the abdomen, okay? And so I'm going to show you an illustration right now. Okay, so here's the illustration. And what you have here is this is the abdominal part, okay? And when you're breathing up here, that's not good breathing. When you're breathing all the time up into your lungs here, it's not good breathing. You want to breathe down here. Now this shows this as an exhale. This is a little overly exaggerated. You want to be very comfortable with the inhale and the exhale, okay? But when you inhale, basically what you're doing when you're doing abdominal breathing is that you're dropping your diaphragm, okay? And you're letting the air flow in naturally. When you drop your diaphragm, the air will flow into your lungs and down into your abdominal area. Now, in the abdominal area, you have the dantian, or the energy center, or the second chakra, which is right in here, where you gather energy, okay? And there's all kinds of ways to use that energy for your well-being and for the raising of your consciousness. So when you breathe in, you just relax, drop your diaphragm, and kind of maybe even push out your stomach area, okay? And feel this blowing up kind of like a balloon. And then when you exhale, you raise your diaphragm, okay? And the air flows out. You want as a natural a feeling as you can when you're doing this. Here's an illustration of a person in a lotus position doing alternative nostril breathing. You see here, he has one finger up against this nostril, and he breathes in this nostril and out the other nostril, and then in this nostril and out that nostril, left, right, nostril breathing. This kind of shows the energy of the universe, the prana, the chi. As you're breathing in oxygen, but also what you have to remember is you're not breathing just in oxygen, you're breathing in life force. You're breathing in energy. You're breathing in what the Chinese call qi, C-H-I, or what the Hindu call prana, P-R-A-N-A, prana. Prana or chi are basically the same thing. They're the energy of the field that I talked about before of the universe, okay? So what you want to do when you breathe, let's say you're doing alternative nostril breathing. If you breathe in the left nostril, Okay, that's the moon channel. And if you breathe in the right nostril, that's the fire or the sun channel. Now, when you do this, there's two mantras that you can use. Well, what's a mantra? Well, a mantra is a sound. So there's all kinds of different mantras. There's the Om, or Om mantra. And there's all kinds of mantras. There's the Hom Jum Sa. There's that mantra. I'm not going to go into an in-depth explanation. I'm just saying it's a sound. And what this sound does is it resonates in your whole being. Like the Om, sometimes spelled O-M sound, or it can also be spelled A-U-M. Aum is how you basically pronounce it. Aum. And when you say that, you can feel a vibration in your whole body. If you close your eyes and you can just feel the vibration that comes from that. Om is the original vibration that set everything into being from the creative emanation or the creative source. That is probably one of the most important mantras there is in the world. And it's a very simple one to do. Then you have what you call the So-Hum, spelled S-O-H-A-M, or the Hum Sa, which is probably sometimes spelled as H-U-N, Hong, and pronounced like Hong Kong. And saw, which is pronounced like the saw that you would use cutting wood, okay? So when you do alternative nostril breathing, let's say you want to start with the left, you want to start with the moon channel, this is a technique. When you breathe in, you go so. You say that to yourself. When you breathe in the left nostril, you say so. And then you breathe out the right nostril and you say hum. So, hum. I can't say it and breathe at the same time, but you get my drift. Then what you can do is start on the other side, okay? You can start on the right side and breathe in hum, saw, hum, saw. Now when you're doing this, you want to envision channels in your spine, the Ida and the Pingala channels, which are basically invisible channels that are used to run the chi up and down your spine. So when you breathe in, you want to get this feeling of like that you have a straw, okay, that is going in the interior of your spine and you're sucking up energy. It can be either cool energy or kind of warm energy, whatever you prefer, up your spine and then back down as you breathe out. It's important to use the mind for visualization of the chi, because where the mind goes, the chi follows. So in other words, if you envision that you're slowly having a fluid come up to the crown chakra and down, your mind will follow that, and the chi and the energy. You have to train the chi. You have to be aware of the chi, and the chi sometimes can feel like a tingling feeling, okay? It can feel tingly, okay? And when you start getting that feeling in your breathing techniques, that's when you know that you're getting the chi moving. It's not just about oxygen, people, keeping you alive. Oxygen, yes, is an important part, but you can take a dead body and pump oxygen into the lungs back and forth, and is it going to come alive? No, it's not, okay? What that organism needs is the chi of the universe, okay? Is the chi. And so this is a start here for you. This is a start. So Let's review some things here that I talked about. We talked about abdominal breathing, breathing into the diaphragm, and then exhaling. And always, when you do breathing, I would suggest putting the tongue on the top palate, the roof of your mouth right behind the teeth. Then, for more advanced stuff or for a stronger feeling of chi, you can move the tongue to the soft part, which is, further back on the palate next to where you swallow, and there's a soft spot there. And the Taoists call this the jade pool, the jade pool. Now, the reason that you touch the tongue to the roof of your mouth when you're breathing in and then breathing out is you want to get a circulation of energy going, and the Taoists call this the circulation of the microcosmic orbit. The circulation of the microcosmic orbit. And what you do when you breathe in is you suck the energy up your spine, over the top of your head, down through your third eye, connecting at the tongue so that it can go down the rest of your body and open up all the chakras and all the different channels, but mainly the chakras. So what you want to do is get this circulation going up, over, through the tongue, and down to the perineum, or between the legs where the sexual organ is, or your base chakra. Now remember, when you're doing this breathing, the whole purpose of it is to spread the chi throughout your organism, your spiritual and etheric and physical bodies, okay? Making your aura shine bright. Getting this going, okay? Now at some point, you will feel certain energy centers starting to tingle. So you got 7. You got the lower energy centers. I'm going to cover a lot of ground here, but you can rewind this, okay? You can rewind it and listen to the parts. So I'm covering a lot of ground today because I want to get you people into a higher frequency, because that's what we need in this universe right now. So the lower chakra, the one between your legs, the one that is red, okay, is called the base chakra, okay? That's the number 1 chakra. And chakras spin. If you hold your thumb, like say on your heart chakra, you see the way your fingers are pointing? That's the way the chakra spins. That's the way it's supposed to spin. It's a spinning flower. And each flower is a different color and a different energy frequency. So when you start at the base chakra, and the seed sound or the mantra, which I discussed earlier for that, is LAM, L-A-M, but it's pronounced L-A-M-N-G. It's spelled L-A-M, but it's pronounced L-A-M-N-G. LAM, LAM. Then you go to your second chakra, which is the dantian, which is in your abdominal area, which I talked about before, where martial artists store their chi energy or their pranic energy. And center, it's really good for centering and grounding. So you have the second chakra, which is orange, and it's VAM, V-A-M, but also pronounced V-A-M-N-G. You want to get that at the end, VAM, VAM. Next chakra up would be the solar plexus, yellow, and that is pronounced RAM, R-A-M or RAM, RAM, RAM. Okay, and then you have the heart chakra, which is YUM, and that's green. Throat is blue. hum. And then when you get up to the third eye, om. Okay? This is HAM, the throat chakra, HAMG. Blue, heart chakra, green. Crown chakra, when you get up to the crown, the top of your head, you can feel that pop right open sometimes. That's when you're talking to the Creator, okay? You're opening up to the Creator. You're opening up to your Purusha, or your Para-Atman, your higher self. So the purpose of abdominal breathing and the purpose of alternate nostril breathing is to bring in the energy or the chi, suck it up from your perineum, suck it up from your lower base chakra, from Mother Earth, or you can even bring it in through the back of your head in the medulla oblongata, or oblongata, the medulla, which is right at the base of your skull, in the back where your spine connects with the base of your skull. Okay. That, when you bring energy in, reflects right up to the third eye, to the pineal gland. This third eye, this chakra here, is purple, which I didn't mention, but it's almost like an indigo. It's an indigo. Okay, so I didn't mention that before, but let me mention that now. And that third eye chakra there, when you open your third eye, you're not seeing with your two eyes, you're seeing with the one eye. And if your eye be single, your body shall be full of light. If thine eye be single, your body shall be full of light. That's actually in the Bible. Jesus actually said that. Now, this is a good opportunity, okay, for you to start in on raising your consciousness. Well, why do I want to raise your consciousness? To take you out of this mundane third dimensional reality and prepare you for other dimensions, for the fourth, fifth, sixth dimensions, whatever you aspire to. Of course, we all aspire to go to the highest dimension that we can, because this dimension is going to melt right before your very eyes the way things are going. And you're going to have to, those who are ready will transition, okay, into these other dimensions. They'll transition, okay? And you have to prepare both, your whole organism, all your bodies, all your spiritual bodies and your physical organism for this transition. You have to get the chi and the energy to replenish, renew, restore, heal your being, your physical being, mental, physical, spiritual being, okay? This is part of being a spiritual warrior. This is part of being a spiritual warrior, because you're using the tools of the Spirit. Now, these techniques are ancient. These techniques, these base techniques that I'm teaching you, are ancient techniques. They come from millennia ago, okay? Been around for a long time, and they work. If you are diligent and disciplined and do this every day, you're going to see a big difference in your well-being, okay? So I'm going to review what I went over right now. So we started off with the abdominal breathing, dropping the diaphragm. Oh, and let's also add to this that you keep the spine erect. Why? Because that's where your energy flows. That's where the main Ida and Pingala, the Sushumna, all of that is in your spine, okay? And it can't be seen, just like acupuncture meridians can't be seen by science. Why? Because they haven't got that far yet. They haven't even scratched the surface. They can't even see meridians, yet acupuncturists treat you all the time in the meridians. And the meridians come from this main channel, okay? This Du and Ren channel. I studied acupuncture for quite some time. The Du channel being the one in the rear, going up your spine, and the Ren channel, that's called the Ida and the Pingala. There's all kinds of different names for these things. So when you breathe, I'm breathing into my abdomen right now. Tongue on the roof of your mouth. Straight spine. Visualizing the energy centers. Feeling the chi by pulling it up through a little straw in your back and letting it. Now, when you really get it going, it'll feel like somebody's pouring warm honey on the top of your crown chakra, and you'll feel the energy just like floating down your whole body. So start off with the abdominal breathing, just relaxing the diaphragm. Now, you would think, when you breathe in, the diaphragm's going up. No, you actually should let the diaphragm fall. So this isn't as easy as it looks. Okay, and then when you let it out, when you breathe out, the diaphragm is floating back up. So remember, you can breathe just normally. It's always better to breathe through the nose, okay, than through the mouth. You don't want to breathe through the mouth. You want to breathe through the nose. Some techniques you breathe through the mouth, and those are more advanced, okay? Like when you're doing kriya or kriya yoga, you will actually breathe through the mouth. But the best way to start is breathing through the nose. And remember, the Soham and Hum Sa technique. If you forget this stuff, go back and stop the video and watch what I have to say, because I'm going to throw a lot of stuff at you all at once. If you have questions about this, put them in the comments section below, and I will either answer them in my next video, or I will answer them directly to you through the comments, all right? And at some point, my email is in there. If you have questions, shoot me an email. I'll answer anything you need to know. So this is the first part of your indoctrination. I'm going to take you a long ways here if you stick with me. This is my purpose here. I'm going to take you along. We got to get mankind to a high level of consciousness. Okay, we got to get mankind to being high naturally, to feeling the energy flow through his body, to realize that he is God, he is one with God, that energy is God, it's the field. So this is something that you should learn right now. Now I'm gonna mention for a minute my book, because I mentioned it last time, and I said, if you think that this stuff is important, if you think that this is a benefit to you, the way you can help me is to purchase my book by making a donation. And here's how you do it. Okay, you go to Spirit of Crazy Horse. Here's me, here's my books. Here's Listen to the Wind, Speak from the Heart. Here's Emergence. All right. If you want the book in a PDF form, an ebook that I can email to you instantly, donate $10 or more right there. Okay? Hit that button. Here's my contact email. And these are my books. This will help me out. Help if you feel that what I'm teaching you is important and you're getting a benefit out of it, you need to help me out. with a donation. Let me remind you, though, that I would do this anyway, with a donation or not. It's just that when I see all these other people out here asking for money for nothing, I mean, just to send them money and support their channel and not giving you anything really in return. I'm giving you an ebook. I'm giving you a book that you will really appreciate, and it talks about all different kinds of things. Both of my books do. Both of my books are shamanistic and very leaning towards the practicing of yoga and all kinds of ancient esoteric practices, shamanistic practices. So I'm not just going to come on here anymore and talk about the news. I might mention it occasionally, but the news is the olds, okay? There is nothing new under the sun. It's all the same bullshit. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there today. Review the video if you need to, and I'll be back soon with another one. Over and out.